Now, if we look at these three series, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and 11, the common difference between two successive terms, if I add plus 2 to 1, I am getting 3. If I add again plus 2 to 3, I am getting 5, and so on. Plus 2 gives me 7, then plus 2 gives me 9, and plus 2 gives me 11. Similarly, in the second one, I can see if I add minus 3 to 9, I am getting 6. Then again, if I add minus 3 to 6, I am getting 3. If I add minus 3 to 3, I am getting 0. And if I add minus 3 to 0, I am getting minus 3. So can I say that in these series, the common difference between two terms is always constant. इसी सीरीज को बोलेंगे arithmetic progression series. I call this first series as example 1, second as example 2, and third as example 3. In my example 1, the first term of this entire series, I will denote it as small a equal to 1. Now the common difference between the two successive terms, which is always the higher term minus lower term, which is 3 minus 1, 2 or 5 minus 3, 2, I will denote it as small d, which will be 2. For the second example, I can clearly see the first term of my series is 9, and the common difference, I will always do higher term minus lower term, या फिर the term which comes in a higher position minus term which comes before it. So 6 minus 9 is minus 3. And for the third example, I can clearly see that my first term is minus 2 and my common difference, अभी देखो, minus 4 minus of minus 2, minus 4 minus of minus 2. It's giving me minus 4 plus 2, which is minus 2. Now look at this. 1 यहाँ पे 0 आ रहा है, 2 के लिए यहाँ पे 1 आ रहा है, 3 के लिए यहाँ पे 2 आ रहा है. So n के लिए this will be n minus 1 and this 2 is nothing but my d. So n minus 1 d. So for example, if I need to calculate T11 will be a plus 11 minus 1 is 10 times d. Put a ka value as 1 and d ka value as 2. I am getting 1 plus 10 times 2. This is 21. So my 11th term of this series is 21. So now, if I use this pattern of my general term, n equal to 1 will give me T1, n equal to 2 will give me T2, n equal to 7 will give me T7, and so on. So let's understand this pattern. If I put all the values of n here, I will get T1 as a plus 0d, T2 as a plus 1d, T3 as a plus 2d, T4 as a plus 3d. If I continue this, T7 will be a plus 6d, T8 will be a plus 7d. If I keep going on, suppose T21 will be a plus 20d, T22 will be a plus 21d, and so on. I hope now we can write any term in terms of A and D form. Now let's understand application of Tn or general term concept. My Tn का formula is Tn is always A plus n minus 1 times D. So we can use this for finding any term of the series. Suppose they give me this series 1, 5, 9, 14 and so on. They are like T21 निकाल के दिखाओ. So now if I observe this series, मेरा A will be the first term which is 1 and my D will be T2 minus T1 या फिर T3 minus T2 या फिर T4 minus T3. So D is coming as 4. If I apply Tn का formula, by Tn I am getting T21 as A plus 20D. Put A का value as 1. Put D का value as 4. So I am getting 1 plus 20 times 4 which is 81. So my T21 term is 81. Now the second application of general term concept is finding the total number of terms in the given series. Suppose they have given me this AP series and they are saying कि यार ये 89 is my last term. तो देखो from observing this series, can I say मेरा A is 2 and D is T2 minus T1 या फिर T3 minus T2 कर लो, तुमको D3 आएगा. Now can I say let last term be Tn, therefore total terms will be n. अगर Tn मेरा last term हो गया तो my number of terms will be n. So let's understand this. Tn equal to 89. Tn होता है A plus n minus 1 into D equal to 89. अभी A और D का वैल्यू मैं पुट कर दूंगा तो I will get an equation in terms of n. 2 plus n minus 1 times 3 equal to 89. If I just solve this equation for n, I will get this as 2 plus 3n minus 3 equal to 89. If I solve this further, I am getting 3n minus 1 equal to 89. 1 goes there. 3n equal to 90. N is coming as 30. तो देखो, I assumed the last term to be Tn, applied my Tn का formula A plus n minus 1 into D. N की जो भी value आएगी, that will be my total number of terms. Now the third application of Tn or general term concept is finding the unknown AP series. Suppose they have given me if fourth term is 16 and seventh term is 22, find the series. क्या fourth term T4 होगा? T4 is A plus 3D. A plus 3D is 16. Equation number 1. क्या seventh term is my T7? T7 क्या होगा? A plus 6D is equal to 22. Now see, I have two equations. I have A and D as my unknowns. If I just solve them simultaneously, I can get the value of A and I can get the value of D. जैसे ही A और D की value आ गई, I can find my T1 as a plus 0d, T2 as a plus d, T3 as a plus 2d, and T4 as a plus 3d, and so on. So by solving these simultaneous equations from the given, I can find my unknown AP series. Now, sum of an AP series. If there are n number of total terms, then sum of n terms will be n by 2 a plus n minus 1 into d. Also, if I know the first term and the last term of the series, I can also apply this formula, which is Sn equal to n by 2 first term plus last term for sum of n terms of a series. For example, if they have given me series like 5, 11, 17, 23 and so on, and they say there are total 20 terms, find the sum of these 20 terms, then I will apply S20 equal to 20 by 2 क्योंकि मेरी n की वैल्यू 20 है into a की वैल्यू यहाँ पे 5 है plus if there are 20 terms my n minus 1 will be 19 times d कितना हो रहा है t2 minus t1 या फिर t3 minus t2 I'm getting d as 6. If I solve this, 20 by 2 is 10, 5 plus 19 6 is 114. So this is 119 into 10. So 1190. Sum of first 20 terms. Now let's understand the main crux of this chapter. See, in a question, they will either give you fourth term is a plus 3d and ninth term a plus 8d is equal to, suppose ये है 7 और ये है suppose 21. So can you guys see कि in these I am getting nothing but two equations and two unknowns which are a and d. What will happen? There can be one more question where they will give you one given, suppose ninth term is given, and the second given concept या फिर the second given data will be from this sum of first n terms. For example, sum of 20 terms is 200. S20 is 200. So can I say ये S20 is nothing but 20 by 2 a plus n minus 1 मतलब 19d. तो I can clearly see कि ये जो इक्वेशन है 200 इक्वल टू 20 by 2 a plus 19d, इसमें अगेन a and d is my unknown, ये इक्वेशन 2 and this ninth term which is from my tn concept is my first equation. So two given values forming those two equations and a and d being those two unknown quantities and finding the values of a and d and finding the respective series is the crux of this chapter.
Solving problem the border lets you know, look out together, the momentary doubt. I'm solving problems one beat at a time. ICSE math is a puzzle, and the solution is mine. And the solution is mine. And the solution is mine.